Hey guys, it's Mr. Schmidt here, and in this final video for Unit 4, I want to look at something called tax incidence. So tax incidence refers to who is bearing the burden of the tax. In other words, is the tax falling more on sellers or buyers? Who's paying more of the tax in reality, right? So when you go to the store and you buy something, right, and there's a tax on it, right? Is that tax harming buyers more than it's harming sellers? Like who's paying more of the tax? And the way we figure this out actually is using elasticity. So the more inelastic the demand is, as an example, the more buyers are going to pay. And this works with supply too. The more inelastic supply is, the more sellers are paying. Why is this the case? Because remember, when demand or supply is inelastic, sellers or buyers are going to keep doing what they're doing, either the selling or the buying. They're not that sensitive to a price change. So if you raise taxes on them, they're going to keep buying it or selling it, and so the government's going to collect more money, basically. And they're going to, because the buyers are going to keep paying it, the sellers are going to keep paying it. So for perfectly inelastic, and these are all for demand as an example, but again, you could switch out the word for demand for supply, buyers for sellers. It's the same thing. Perfectly inelastic demand, buyers pay all of the tax. Inelastic demand, they pay more than sellers. If it's a unit, they pay the same as sellers. If it's elastic, buyers pay less than sellers. And if it's perfectly elastic, buyers pay nothing. Okay? So this is really just something to memorize, and you're going to be good to go with this. But understanding the logic isn't a bad thing, right? The more inelastic the curve, the more tax you pay. There's a golden rule. The more inelastic your curve, the more tax the owner of the curve pays, whether it's the buyers or the sellers. Okay? So just something real simple here at the end of the unit with tax incidence. Usually you'll get a multiple choice question about this. Sometimes with a free response, they'll tell you if the curve is more elastic or inelastic and what do you do there. So just something to think about. So that's all for this brief video on tax incidence. Until next time, have a great day.